Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences has today decided to award the 2020 Nobel Prize in Chemistry jointly to Emmanuelle Charpentier and Jennifer Doudna for the development of a method for genome editing.
What a moment for those two scientists. It was the first time an all-female team has won a Nobel Science Prize. You may have heard of their groundbreaking discovery that brought them the prize. It is called CRISPR. And the easiest way to describe it is genetic scissors. CRISPR gives scientists a way to cut out parts of the DNA code, and then that code can be altered. Scientists believe that CRISPR may one day fix almost all genetic defects. It is being tested as a potential cure for cancers, and it might even help us bring back the woolly mammoth. Nobel laureate Jennifer Doudna, welcome back to the show.
Thank you, Fareed. It's great to be here.
So first, the question you're going to have to get very, very practiced at answering. How would you explain to a lay audience what CRISPR is and why it's so significant?
Well, I think your introduction was quite good. CRISPR is a technology for changing the code of life, changing DNA in cells in a precise fashion that gives scientists a tool to manipulate genes in ways never before possible.
So help us with a few examples. There's something like sickle cell anemia. There seems to be a single DNA responsible for it. Explain what CRISPR could do.
Well, sickle cell disease is a great example of where CRISPR technology could be incredibly beneficial because it's a disease that involves a single gene that contains a defective letter in the code. And CRISPR can be used to correct that code mistake or even change another gene that allows the patient to recover from their disease. And amazingly, this has already been done in a patient, Victoria Gray, whose sickle cell disease has been effectively cured using CRISPR.
And when we talk about genetics and these things that are linked to genes, there are other things that are linked to genes, being blue-eyed, being tall. Can you imagine CRISPR being used to essentially create a kind of baby or human that one wants?
Well, this has been a big topic in the whole world of genome editing, and with CRISPR in particular, because of that potential. And so over the last 5 years, there's been an active international partnership to ensure responsible use of genome editing, including in human embryos. And right now, that's effectively, certainly in the United States, is not allowed. And in other countries, there's a strong regulatory framework that guides the way that it can be developed in the future.
But technologically, it is possible, given the yeah. Tell me your reaction to what happened in China. Scientists there essentially used CRISPR to create twins who were essentially immune from HIV, as I understand it. And then the Chinese scientific establishment came down very hard on him. And in fact, he's now, I think, serving a 3-year jail sentence. Do you think that is deterrent enough? Or, a lot of people worry, look, this technology, once it's out there, someone is going to do it.
The announcement was, of course, quite shocking to the international community and certainly to me. And I think has really galvanized the effort to ensure that type of irresponsible use of CRISPR does not happen again. And we have to proceed with caution.
If one thinks about the ramifications of your discoveries, I mean, we really, human beings for the first time are being given the capacity to alter their very nature, their genetic code. There was nothing that seemed more immutable than that, and now it seems we can change it. I mean, it feels like we're on a new path, and you could imagine a world where we are able to create biological supermen, or superwomen. Is that too dramatic?
That's a bit dramatic. I don't think that's happening anytime soon. But you're right in the sense that it is quite an extraordinary thing to think that we as human beings now have in our hands a technology to change the very code that makes us who we are. And for that matter, the code of other organisms that we share the planet with. So I think it truly is a profound moment for biologists and an exciting opportunity that comes, of course, with great responsibility.
Jennifer Doudna, always a pleasure to have you on. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Fareed. Great to be here.